Hey guys, welcome back to the Cult Classic Kids Show. And today, I didn't want to make this video because honestly, it means that I technically have to defend the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And as everyone knows, I'm so sick of superhero movies that every time one comes out, I want to throw up into my own fucking pants. But yeah, here I actually have to defend the MCU because James Cameron is a fool. I mean, there's no other way of me to. He's foolish for this statement, and maybe a little bit too self-centered, but this article comes from Bounding Into Comics. Huge shout out to Spencer, my boy. He writes, James Cameron says, only reason the Marvel Cinematic Universe is more popular than Avatar is that it has received more films. There's so many. Let's just get into it, guys. I don't even need to read on. I could just go on a 10-minute rant just on the title alone, but according to James Cameron, the only reason audiences are more likely to recall the name of every hero who appeared at the end of Infinity War than a single character in Avatar is solely because the Marvel Cinematic Universe has had more entries than the latter franchise. Whose fault is that, James Cameron? I mean, it isn't our fault you're taking like a decade to put out the sequel close to. I mean, Avatar came out when I was in my junior year of high school. Whose fault is that, James Cameron? But to be fair, I mean, he's also ignoring the fact that these Marvel characters have had like 60 plus years of source material to go on. 60 years of being established, 60 plus years of being established characters. Is he going to completely ignore that shit too? I think that James Cameron thinks he's a little more important than he actually is. Let's be real now. Avatar isn't really a good movie. It isn't. And I'm not saying that these MCU movies are great by any means. Most of them are a crock of shit too. But, I mean, what the fuck is Avatar? Like Pocahontas in space or some shit? I tried to watch that movie like a year or two ago, and I got halfway through it and said, this is a giant bloated pile of shit movie, and tossed it off my fucking TV. It was a waste of my time. That's what the movie is. And honestly, Avatar is destroying James Cameron as a film creator. He was way better before he did Avatar. The fact that Avatar hit over $1 billion, I think, has ruined him. He isn't doing nearly as much as he used to. He doesn't seem to have to try nearly as much as he used to. Otherwise, maybe he would. But honestly, that's my criticism. I think Avatar has ruined James Cameron. If it be from he thinks that he's, that the franchise be going to be franchised more important than it actually is. This motherfucker has like 7 Avatar movies planned. And it's like, given how long it's taking for Avatar 2 to come out, James Cameron, you're probably going to be dead before we see Avatar 7. I mean, that's not me wishing bad on the guy, but if I had to bet, I think James Cameron will probably kick the bucket before we ever see an Avatar 7. That's just my basic thoughts on that shit. But yeah, let us continue with this insanely hubris thought. The eccentric director shared his opinion on the popularity disparity between Disney's long-running superhero franchise and his soon-to-be 2-entry blue-skinned retelling of Pocahontas during a recent interview with The Hollywood Reporter given in promotion of his upcoming Avatar: The Way of the Water. That's literally what the fuck it is. It's Pocahontas in space. Like, it's kind of a joke. I think that Avatar is probably James Cameron's weakest work. That's my personal thoughts on it. Asked by the outlet's senior film editor, Rebecca Keegan, for his thoughts on the audience skepticism surrounding his ambitious multi-sequel plan for Avatar, particularly in light of the aforementioned lack of an impression the original film made on audiences, the director admitted that while he's heard the discourse, he hasn't really given it any weight. I mean, like, look, when you're this mentally deranged, you have to, the people that actually have fair criticism, you have to ignore them. I mean, that's a common practice in modern day, right? He said there's skepticism in the marketplace around, did it ever make any real cultural impact? Can anyone even remember the characters' names? Said Cameron. I mean, that is fair criticism. I don't remember any of their names. Um, they're just really giant blue people. I mean, that's really what it comes off like. That's all it is. They don't have really memorable looks besides being ugly. I mean, a lot of these Marvel characters, like Spider-Man's memorable because he looks fucking awesome. You know, X-Men characters memorable because they look absolutely fucking awesome. These blue people look shitty. That's just how I feel about it. And they're all kind of like the same looking, so yeah, they're not really gonna be memorable. And he said, when you have extraordinary success, you come back within the next 3 years, he explained. That's just how the industry works. You come back to the well, you build that cultural impact over time. And the thing is, like, um, really does I guess it is a good question to ask. Does Avatar really have cultural impact? Personally, I don't think so. It's an unoriginal story. The thing is, it just came in at the perfect time for high definition, for HD. That's really the biggest thing I could say about Avatar. It was the perfect film to showcase how beautiful high definition truly is, because it was a really colorful, pretty movie. Oh, the colors. Like, that's literally all that film everyone could say about that film. Oh, look at how beautiful it looks. That's all it is. It's not cultural impact by any means. It's just, oh my god, it's pretty. It's like looking at a picture, a painting. When you have extraordinary success, all right. Marvel has made 26 movies to build out a universe with the characters cross-pollinating, he concluded. So it's an irrelevant argument. We'll see what happens after this film. Irrelevant argument. I mean, it is fair criticism. I mean, it's Cameron, it's your fault that there's no Avatar 3, 4, or 5 yet. I mean, you could have put out a movie like every 2 years. But then again, the industry is bloated, nonsensical bullshit. So I can't really say what has happened behind the scenes when it comes to Avatar. But I mean, look, you can't just say that, oh, this is why this is successful without criticizing yourself. You should have had more films out if you really feel that Avatar can't compete with MCU. There should be more films out already. But while such bravado towards the confidence of the Navi, that's what they think they're called, is typical of Cameron, despite his ironic belief that that testosterone is a toxin. What makes his opinion particularly noteworthy is the insight it provides into Hollywood's view on what endeavors given property to fans. The thing, like, every time these motherfuckers have something coming out, it's like they just prove that they don't know what it's like to be a real person. James Cameron doesn't know what it's like to be a real person. Especially, I do recall him talking about how testosterone is toxic. I mean, I guess when, you're past your peak, and clearly you have the testosterone now of a fucking 90-year-old grandma. I mean, I guess, you have to attack testosterone because it's something you don't have anymore. But, yeah, like, clearly, I think Cameron is just deranged. He doesn't know what it's like to act like a real person because he hasn't had to be one for a really long time. In the eyes of the ever-increasingly mechanical industry, they no longer care to craft strong stories, develop unique characters, or respond to fan sentiment. Yeah, exactly. They feel as though they're better than us. And to that, I say go fuck yourself. Instead, they believe that by just beating audiences over the head with a given character, the audience will eventually give in and accept the artificial narrative that they are that they are incredibly popular. Literally, quantity over quality. Yep, that is absolute facts. Just because there's they said 26 MCU movies doesn't mean that the MCU is great. Matter of fact, I think that there are only, like, out of all those movies, I think there was only like 5 that I think are noteworthy. The rest are just bullshit. There's like 21 movies that are just bullshit included into about 5 movies that are actually noteworthy and important and actually are decent films. And it says, this isn't just a paranoid conspiracy theory, extra pollinated from the words of one director. Audiences have seen this philosophy put into place with increasingly tiring frequency over the past few years across across entertainment, as seen in the aggressive marketing pushes behind characters such as Ironheart, actors like Simu Liu, or the idea as seen most recently in DC's Dark Crisis Young Justice miniseries that any work made before 2022 was inherently bigoted. Yeah, I mean, it's like they know that let's full screen it. They know what they're shitting out in modern day is inferior. So instead of doing better, they just want to destroy everything that was better before it. Before the bullshit that they're spewing at. That's the goal. We can't be good. So we just have to make everything else before what we've made look bad, even though really it's better than any bullshit that we could possibly make. That's pretty much how that goes in regards to how modern Hollywood is. But yeah, like do I want to see Avatar? Fuck no. I'm not going to see it. I don't give a shit. Do I want to see Ironheart? No. Definitely not. Fucking garbage. Bunch of garbage being thrown at the wall just to see if any of it actually sticks. And if you don't watch it, apparently you're a bigot or some bullshit like that. Meanwhile, it's like, no, I just don't want to watch garbage. But at the end of the day, audiences who don't consider key jangling to be the height of human culture don't care how frequently something is given attention, but rather what kind it is receiving. Avatar: The Way of the Water hits theaters December 16th. Look. The first Avatar movie, like I said, unoriginal, pretty nonsense. That's all it was. I didn't see it in the theaters. I've seen it because my uncle my uncle bought it on DVD. I don't know if it was a DVD or Blu-ray at the time. And yeah, like I said, it was very pretty. CGI was decent, at least enough to make it, passable. But the movie, it was a nothing burger. It was just a pretty nothing burger. And the fact Cameron thinks that it's more important than it actually is, I mean, that goes to show the hubris of these motherfuckers in Hollywood. There's so many other things that Cameron has done in the past that's so much better, so much more weight than Avatar. I mean, you got Terminator, you have Aliens. Let's see Cameron's catalog. But to me, there's just so much more that Cameron has done in the past that's so much better. I mean, even Titanic is better, no doubt. Like I said, Terminator 1 as well as 2. True Lies, definitely. Wait, did James Cameron direct Terminator Dark Fate? Hold on. I can't remember. There's no fucking way he did that. I refuse to believe. I definitely... Okay, so... It's not directed by him. I knew it wasn't. But, yeah. And apparently if you didn't like Terminator Dark Fate, you're a fucking bigot too, or some bullshit like that. But, yeah, I just don't really... Like I said, I make the argument that Avatar, in fact, ruined James Cameron as a filmmaker. He hasn't had to try in a very long time. And it's because, well, one of his poorest films happened to make the most money. That's just how it goes, But I will say the one thing that I think is great that he did the screenplay for was Alita Battle Angel. That's one of the best action movies the past 10 fucking years. Alita Battle Angel is way better than fucking Avatar. I can actually rewatch Alita Battle Angel and not feel like it's a complete waste of my time. It's a movie that stands up. Really good action film. Really good female protagonist that actually, does hold up. And you know what? That film didn't make a lot of money. And it's kind of sad. I would love to see a sequel to Alita Battle Angel. But yeah, I don't want to make this about Alita Battle Angel, but that's definitely way better film than Avatar is. And I don't give a fuck what anyone says. If it makes someone... do we have Avatar fanboys and fangirls out here? Is that a thing? Because that'd be kind of fucking weird. I'm not gonna lie. I know that Disney has, like, I guess a theme park for Avatar, some bullshit. It's just like, why? who the fuck actually likes Avatar enough? Maybe they have some good attractions, I guess, but based on its own merits, based on the property itself, I don't see people going there. So your attractions for that Avatar theme park better be fucking good, right? But yeah, guys, this video is way too fucking long. What do you guys think about James Cameron actually thinking that Avatar is important or some bullshit like that? If you can, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me over on Twitch or Twitter if you want to continue the conversation. And guys, with that being said, I'm out. Peace.